You've done this before. A video like this said, here are the free AI tools you need. So you opened 10 tabs and signed up for 4, you used 1 twice, the rest sit in a folder you haven't opened in weeks. I'm giving you the same 10 everyone's pushing, number 10 to number 1, with what's actually free. But I'm scoring them differently. Most I'm going to talk you out of. The win was never collecting 10 tools. It's keeping the 2 that fit your real week, plus 1 test, so the next list can't get you. The rule of the cull. Here's how I'd read the situation you're actually in. You don't have a tool problem. You have a graveyard of half-learned logins and a quiet worry that somewhere in the next thumbnail is the free tool everyone found but you. Let me take that worry apart, one tool at a time, starting with one rule, because it changes how you hear every name on this list. Free stopped being the signal. Right now in 2026, almost every tool here has a free tier. The big assistants are all free to start. So it's free tells you nothing about whether it's worth your time. The price was never the money. It's 3 things a haul video never mentions. The first is the attention tax. Every tool you add is a new login, a new place to check, one more thing your brain has to hold. 5 tabs in, you're not more capable. You're just more scattered and you can feel it. The second is the switching cost. A tool only pays off if it replaces a step you already repeat, not if it adds a detour you take once and abandon. A tool that saves 4 seconds but lives in a separate app you have to remember to open is already lost. The third is the trust gap, and it's the sneaky one. A free tier has the least reason in the world to be reliable, and yet it's the output you check the least. The thing handing you a confident answer for free is the thing with the least skin in whether that answer is true. You're not imagining the cost either. The average company already runs more than 100 different software apps, and studies put the unused ones at around 49%, roughly half the licenses paid for and never opened. Your bookmark folder is just the personal version of that waste. A private warehouse of intentions you never shipped. And the reason it keeps growing is that every one of these videos measures the wrong thing. They ask what a tool can do, and a demo always answers yes, because demos are built in a lab where nothing is busy and nothing goes wrong. Your week is not that lab. So here's the test I'm running on all 10, and the one I want you to steal. 3 questions. 1, does it plug into something I do every week? 2, does it replace a step? Or just add one. 3. When it's confidently wrong, will I catch it? Anything that can't answer all 3 is noise, no matter how good the demo looked. Number 10, Suno, the one that makes full songs from a sentence. Genuinely fun. You get 50 credits that refill every 24 hours, somewhere around 10 songs a day, and the free ones can't be used commercially. Type a vibe, get a track with vocals. The first time it genuinely feels like magic. Run it through the test though. Is making music a thing you do every week for actual work? For almost everyone watching, the honest answer is no. You'll make 3 songs, show a friend, and never open it again. It's a toy I love and a slot I can't justify. So why is it on every tools you need list? Number 9, 11 Labs. The voices really are that good. The free plan gives you about 10 minutes of audio a month, with their attribution attached to whatever you make. This is where the demo lies to you. You watch the demo and picture a whole channel narrated for free, and then you hit 10 minutes, and the real product starts at the paywall. 10 minutes is 2 short videos, and then you're either paying or you're done for the month. The capability is real. The free slice is a sample, not a workflow. Keep this one only if you publish audio often enough that a few minutes a month is a teaser you'll happily pay to extend. Number 8, CapCut. Open it, and you've got a genuinely complete video editor, free, exporting clean 1080p with no watermark on your own edits. Here's the split that matters. The editor is free, but the AI is metered. Auto captions cover about 10 minutes of footage. The AI auto-edit a handful of times, and the real toolkit sits behind a plan near $20 a month. That's not a knock. It's a use case line. If you cut video most weeks, the free editor alone replaces a real step and it stays. The AI extras are a bonus, not the reason. If you don't, you're installing a studio to use it twice, which is exactly the trap the next tool falls into too. Number 7, Canva Magic. Number 7, Canva and its Magic Studio. Everybody installs this one, and the design tools genuinely save time if design is your job. The free AI is a quota, roughly 50 magic generations, and they reset every 30 days, which sounds like a lot until your second real project. You'll burn half of them experimenting in the first afternoon. The test question that decides it isn't, can it design? It's whether it replaces something you already do weekly or just becomes another tab you open when you're avoiding the thing you should be doing. For a marketer or a creator who makes graphics every week, it earns its keep. For everyone else, it's a beautiful detour. Number 6. GitHub Copilot. This one's narrow on purpose. If you don't write code, you can skip the next 20 seconds entirely. If you do, the free tier is real now. A couple thousand completions and 50 chat messages monthly, with the paid step at $10 a month. It quietly writes the boilerplate you'd otherwise type by hand, which is a step you genuinely repeat all day. That's the whole reason it earns a place for the people it's for. It removes a chore. It doesn't add a hobby. For developers, keep. For everyone else, not your tool, and that's fine. Number 5. Gemini. And now we're into the ones that actually compete for a slot. If you already live inside Gmail and Docs, it's sitting right there, free, with the fast model and a stack of extras bundled in, the strongest model rationed, and the paid tier around $20 a month. The pitch is that it does everything: summarizes your inbox, drafts in docs, sits in your search bar. And to be fair, the convenience is real. If your whole work life already lives in Google, it's the path of least resistance. But remember the third question, the trust gap. The more places a free assistant reaches into your real work, the more it matters that you can tell when its confident answer is quietly wrong. Convenience is not the same thing as trust, is it? Number 4, Claude. Number 4, Claude, the best writer of the bunch for my money. If your week is heavy on writing, editing, or thinking out loud on the page, this is the one whose drafts need the least fixing. The catch is the meter. Free gives you somewhere between 15 and 40 messages in a 5-hour window, and it tightens when everyone's online. That cap has a way of arriving in the middle of the exact thing you finally wanted help with. You'll be 3 replies into untangling a hard paragraph, and that's when it taps you on the shoulder and asks you to wait. Keep it if writing is your weekly work, but know you're sampling the paid product, which brings us to the ones that clear the bar without an asterisk. Number 3, Perplexity. Picture the thing you do 20 times a week without thinking. You need to look something up, and you don't trust the first page of blue links. This answers the question and shows its sources, and the free plan gives you unlimited basic searches, with the deeper pro ones rationed before the paid tier near $20 a month. That's not a demo dazzle. It replaces a step you already repeat every day, and it lets you check its work, which is the whole game. You get the answer and the receipts in the same breath, so when it's confidently wrong, you can actually tell. That's the third question answered before you even ask it. This one earns a permanent place. Number 2, Notebook. And it's the one nobody's pushing on you, which should tell you something. Picture your Monday. 40 pages of your own PDFs, a contract, last quarter's notes, all of it due in your head before a meeting. You load up to 50 of your own sources into one notebook, free, and it answers from those documents in about 30 seconds, only from what you gave it, with citations back to the page. It doesn't replace your thinking. It replaces the dead hour of rereading your own material before you can even start. And because it only answers from what you handed it, the usual worry, is it making this up, mostly goes away. A demo is built to impress you. A Tuesday is built to break it. And this one survives Tuesday. That earns it. Number 1, ChatGPT. Number 1, and I can feel you bracing for some secret tool you've never heard of. It's ChatGPT. The free version gives you the fast model, and at the time I'm recording this, around 10 messages every 5 hours before it quietly drops to a smaller one. I know it's the obvious pick, and that's exactly the point. For most people, it's the one general assistant that already plugs into a dozen weekly tasks: the draft, the summary, the explain this, the second opinion. None of those are impressive on their own. Together, they're the thing you reach for without thinking, which is the only kind of tool that ever really sticks. It earns the top spot not because it's the flashiest, but because it's the one you'd actually keep if you could only keep one. And quietly, that sentence is the whole video, the keep list. So let's do the thing the hall never does and actually subtract. Out of 10, look at what survived without an asterisk. A way to look things up you can verify, a way to question your own documents, and one general assistant. 2 or 3 tools depending on your week. Notice what the survivors share, because this is the part to keep. Every one of them replaces a step you already do. Looking something up, rereading your own files, drafting the same kinds of things, instead of adding a step you'd have to invent a reason to take. That's the line between a tool and a tab. A tool quietly removes work you already had. A tab is work pretending to be a solution. Look, the 8 you're skipping aren't bad tools. 11 Labs and Suno and CapCut and Canva are excellent. For the specific person whose weekly work is voice, or music, or video, or design, naming the person each tool is for is the point, not an insult to the tool. A scalpel is a brilliant instrument and a terrible thing to carry around just in case. The useful signal is not how many of these are free. It's how few of them touch a task you actually repeat. The best free tool for you is the one that quietly removes a chore you already have, with output you can check, and there are only ever a couple of those. Tomorrow morning. So here's the move, and it takes about a minute. Go close the tabs you opened at the start of this. Keep the one or two that plug into something you genuinely do every week and let the rest go on purpose without the guilt. Pick the single recurring thing, the inbox, the research, the draft you redo every Monday, and keep only what removes a step from that. Then the next time a thumbnail tells you there are free tools you need, run them through the 3 questions before you open a single tab. Weekly task. Replace, don't add. Can I catch it when it's wrong? 3 questions, about 30 seconds, and most of the list answers itself. This matters if your work depends on staying focused, because most of those tools will fail that test in about 10 seconds. And walking away will be the right call, not the behind one. Here's the quiet truth underneath all of it. The people who feel on top of AI right now are not the ones running the most tools. They're the ones who picked 2, learned them properly, and stopped flinching at every new thumbnail. Fewer tools used deeper beats more tools used once, every single time. You were never falling behind for using fewer of these. You were just carrying a graveyard, and you can put it down now.